area set up and lock down the space. You can see Zeka looking for a flank angle here.
And they're trying to go and look for a turn, maybe a kill on a Kanavi, try to get something out. As big damage already. Look at this, and the flank comes in, but they turn immediately on a Zeka. Big shield on him, but they take down the Rise. And now trying to kite this one front to back is T1. In goes Owner, has a GA. The Light is able to take down the Ezreal, and that is so much of the damage here. But now Kanavi goes down, Faker's still alive. Zeus slowed up. He's gonna get stunned next to the Dragon, and it's chaos. Nobody can deal with the Scion, actually. And now the long-range poke comes in, and T1 are winning a fight, down 7,000 gold. They're gonna take the Ocean Soul. And Guma's done 7,000 damage, but he's all alone. Just a sad little Ziggs with his back against the Scion. Is able to take out Owner, funnily enough, but a small prize as Doran picks up a massive sack of gold.
Doran's did fine. And with the Ocean Soul, they're feeling so much safer against that poke.
Doran looking for it, trying to get the flank Owner with so many knockups. They get the kill on the Ziggs. They're looking for more. As down will go Owner. A lot of damage from the turret going on at T1. But at the end of the day, they have the Karma shields. They have this gigantic Scion. And they are just force pressing HLE into these fights and winning them.
I mean, this is what happens if you make
control of the jungle here.
And this time, I mean, you're going to have follow-up. Aguma just fancy feet. He is going to dodge everything, and now coming in from the bottom side is Zeka. But now Guma frontlining is immediately charmed, flashes away. The bailout is there, but he does not get the reset. 2 kills, goes the way of Pays, and 1 overextension. Immediately Pays will put you in the grave. Delight goes down. That is the quadra kill.
They're looking to end.
And they're looking to push mid.
And there's still 30 seconds on these death timers. I don't think they can end the game off of this one, but they certainly should be able to get a turret and Baron at least. And the Baron
off of that to move over towards that Ocean Drake. This may be a little bit of a setup here on the objective. T1 waiting in the brush. There it is. The charm gonna catch 2, and immediately down goes Guma. And the follow-up is there as they take out Kanavi as well. HLE just not respecting the engaged potential of this Rakan multiple times in a row. As Delight should be okay, but that's going to be the Drake and
This game, a 6,000 goal lead now in a game which for so much of it they were behind.
Whoa.
Now looking for more.
Yeah, nice timing there from Faker. I'm not sure if they should really be going in this kind of play, but Pays is so powerful. They're trying to take him out with the Rek'Sai ult. It's not quite going to work, as the bailout not going to help out either, and T1 are just compounding their gold. Mistake after mistake, engage after engage.
a miracle here is what HLE need. And this isn't it.
Oh no, Kanavi, not like this. Well, looks like it'll be exactly like that, actually.
Carrier?
Down it goes. They're going very deep. The angle here from Carrier as he just is able to bully his former AD carry in the bush. The follow-up with the public execution onto Delight. As now they're trying to take out Alessandra. Not a great spot here. Already a triple for Pays, as there is still the potential for a penta, but I don't think he's even thinking about that at that point. As you can see that HLE are not going to give it to him either. T1 just looking to push down mid and end this game in their favor. As they are going to flash on a carrier. They do get the kill, but T1 do not care at all about that. Just trying to stop the backs here and end this game.
Yeah, Pays will just push down the Nexus at this point. T1, game 1 was close with their comeback. Game 2, their comeback is enough. And the series will be equalized at 1-1.
Carrier keeps his 15 out of 15, 100% kill participation.
Lane as GenG wanting to deny the soul point. Faker is going to be spotted here by Keen. Combat Herald down, and it's a lot of damage. Yeah, like you were saying, there is the Combat Herald as Canyon flashes out of the way, but he's still going to get knocked up. As Shelly getting a lot of work down. He sips the sap, but it's not going to work. Down goes the Kalista. The bailout is in for Pace. Gets the reset, but Keen is massive. Duro and Chovy on the other side of the fight. They're in a lot of trouble. And Owner is going to let his fist do the talking. Still Keen is in there, trying to take him down. And the egg, will it stay alive? The flash out from Chovy. He is able to keep himself up, and now Keen in a 1v1 with Faker. He finds another Morning Mist, and this Yorick is a behemoth.
Keen is just an
We talked about it so many times. Rua doesn't have flash, but it won't matter if they can never touch him.
This ward is pretty ridiculous, though, from T1, as Chovy going to get engaged on. He flashes out of the way. There's a Nature's Grasp. Zona separates himself. The hostile takeover. Gigantic, but once again, Keen is going ballistic. Pay's trying to dash around the fight and does Mega Cone his way out, and it's T1 that find every angle, and only Canyon is left alive.
T1 punished GenG for going for the aggressive Baron. Chovy was on the front line with no egg.
What they're going to have to look for is the wall just prevents them from going anywhere near this. As Ona gets in there, he's able to actually get towards his streak. The equalizer, fantastic. It's Canyon that secures it. Ona goes down as well as now Carrier in trouble. It is going to be Pace pulling out those sticks, grabbing that first kill, and GenG's health bars are going lower and lower. Faker finds Ruler as Pace is going to be taken down. Pace finally unleashed as he picks up the double, and Chovy trying to run away those Swifties, getting some work done as once again Gold was the Rebel Baron power play in the end. So not a massive amount, but a teleport in from Keen. Looks like GenG do want to fight for this soul. Quadra Chemtech soul is kind of crazy, as now Ruler might be in trouble. Does have the Featherstorm, but the Cease and Desist comes down. He finally gets that ulti through, as the flash out doesn't work, and the bottom lane are eviscerated. Canyon still trying to fight, gets the sticks ripped out of him though, and it's Faker that grabs the kill. A double for the Akali, and T1, they don't care about a dragon. They just want to kill all of GenG and win this game too, bringing us once again to a best of 3 for a ticket to MSI.
Keen does end up getting a kill onto Doran, and Chovy is buying time, but that mid inhibitor is open, and Paze is going to end this game. There's no way Chovy can get back, and I think we are going to a 1-1 series
They're
here.
just escorting him, keeping him under lock so he can't get back to base. They'll push through with the super minions. He will eventually go down, and T1 will equalize the series.
A beautiful game from T1. There was a hiccup, a couple maybe, but they held strong, and man, Pays on this Callista. What an incredible performance. See what this Poppy can actually accomplish here. Arizona with that GA at the ready, looking to make his way in. That is Faker engaged on. He takes so much damage as Keen wanted to stack up that passive. Faker is not going to be able to start any fights with that low health bar, and his teleport is available. He may need to use it.
I think that's exactly what he's going to do.
They can get that big shield and he can front line with that.
They're just going to focus the dragon now. They've done enough work here. Carrier getting low.
Yeah, GenG going to try and hold on to this one. Remember, this is Mountain Soul, T1. They cannot give this one up. A Faker makes his way back. The rest of his teammates looking a little worse for wear, though, and Pays just needs to hammer that Q button over and over again.
But again, only hitting Keen, and no one else cares, and the shot
the flash forward from Keen, but he misses. Doesn't get on top of Pays, who gets his exhaust off. And now Carrier gets into that backline. Chovy able to avoid Pays. Grim Deliverance is denied. And now the dragon should belong to T1. A double. Doran as he gets into the backline, but it's Ruler that locks that one down. Ona should be able to secure this dragon, but that is going to be the snipe from Canyon to try and even out this trade. And it will not be even in the end. T1 deny the soul and win the fight.
Faker once more here. They are going to try to collapse.
And Faker's health bar looking a whole lot better now, as Ruler is going to be able to snare him. The flash forward, and Ruler will get that speed up from the W.
This was so...
The fact that he's not there is that we get another free fight here.
There he is now.
Yeah, he turns around, but he's spotted so incredibly quickly. Chovy looks for the angle. The health bar of this Olaf is going down, but it's not going to fall. And Chovy dies. T1 fine too. Ruler is still alive, still has some damage, but Canyon will hit the deck, and that is 3 on the floor. T1 able to march up this bottom lane if they want to.
That's the late game Olaf comeback. You were talking about Atlas in the draft before we even got in the game. We've seen Doran do this before. In our minds, we're wondering about the simulation of what would happen if he was in that back line, and then we saw it before our very eyes. Ruler, the last to fall here, and I think T1 have pulled themselves to match point.
They've managed to do it once again. Doran on the late game Olaf comes in clutch, and this was not an easy game. This hasn't been an easy series, but T1 are looking to go to match point. Keen trying to defend.
Yeah, trying to kill the minion wave at least, but it's going to be very difficult. Doesn't get that passive, and Duro now with the Keeper's Verdict. Can he get rid of them? The answer is no. Now he hits a few minions away, but that is about it.
Not enough.
And there are 7 seconds on Chovy, and I don't think that's going to mean anything at all. T1, 1 game away from Daejon. As out of the fountain goes Chovy, and back again he goes immediately as T1 will walk off the stage.
If you just don't send anyone a Herald, they'll just have people in mid defending, as they do now.
Oh, Canyon.
The ult back up, by the way.
As the ulti plays a little bit of Nocturne tennis as he does flash his way over the wall, but the eye is going to get taken here by Keen. He's fighting against Pays, but Carrier is there to back him up. I have a feeling that this Gangplank is not going to live, and he is going to go down. That is going to be the kill onto Doran, though, as now Faker is in a lot of trouble buying time, but it's a double for Ruler. He finally goes down, though, as Chovy looks for the angle, but doesn't find it, and Pays kills the rest of them. Quadra kill for the Inara.
This huge cleanup from the 80 carry of T1. 7-0-0 now on the Inara and GenG.
Active here as we see Doran TP in.
Yeah, he is very durable. And so they're going to have to give up on that prospect as GenG looking to try and make this a 50-50. Kane's teleported in, though, gets that big old shield. And let's see what the Renekton's going to be able to do. Pop Blossom onto 3! The secure of the soul point for T1! But can they win the fight? That's the question. Doran is such a problem. He takes down Ruler before he falls, but Pays is dealing with so many problems himself. And Carrier running the wrong direction on the map. Faker and Ona, though, still huge threats in this fight. Enduro is limping away. And without Canyon, without Ruler, there is so much damage missing from this GenG composition. The gold card, my goodness, Carrier in a lot of trouble. He'll be taken down as Keen locks up that one. Enduro, why are we still going back? What is crazy, the crash down. It comes on through. Chovy almost survives, and Keen now trying to sink his fangs in, playing around the vision that they had available, but it doesn't work. And Faker locks them all down with a triple kill for the Rise.
They have no pride. They got to come contest.
And Faker has Actualizer now. He is so strong.
He is. Let's see whether Canyon can make some magic happen. It looks like the answer is absolutely not. As they look for the Magnet Storm combo with the bullet time, Enduro is just dead. Owner is able to secure the Baron, grab the kill. And now GenG are desperately fighting for their lives. And it will not happen. Owner is able to stand strong, and Chovy getting here late. And he will go down. It's the ace, and it's clean for T1.
Ace for T1, and the
Enduro doesn't have flash to set up Ruler for success with a Magnet Storm. They just don't really have any ins here.
look at Doran, he's just cutting them off from the tower.
Yeah, just wandering away. Doesn't actually hit the body slam. As now Ruler trying to get some work done, but does hit the air once again. Pop Blossom onto 3, the engage from Carrier. Absolutely beautiful, but the follow-up isn't quite there necessarily. Ona able to take down his opposite number, and Keen the next on the menu. Fangs go in, down goes the Croc, and it's a double for the Nefiri. And T1, they're going to take another inhibitor and maybe even look to take the game.
They're going to TP Doran back in. They're going for the end.
Going to end. I don't think there's any way. There's no Magnet Storm. There's no bullet time. There's no answer to this push.
Well, let's see. Ruler is still up and available, but Doran is trying to stop that from being a reality. Duro goes down, and the Nexus turrets are following suit. They're looking for Pace. The spell shield is gorgeous, and Chovy is likely to fall, but it's Ruler that falls first. And one TF against the world is not going to do it. The defending MSI champions will not make it to MSI this time, and it's T1 that reclaim that position.
So often we've seen
from Owner hits on Guma. You could make a real argument for him to press Q again and try to kill him there. He does have barrier wild growth, but we've gotten so much out of it. They have so much vision around this Baron pit, and Kanavi going to take a huge hit. Now T1 in full control.
Oh, they're trying to go for something, but Zeka just going to get blown up. He's just gone, and Guma's alone. Delight's like, please don't kill my 80 carry. But they will. And just like that, Homolive Esports, one splash in the pan in this game, and that was about it. And I think it's just done from here. It's only Zeus, and T1 will look to push mid.
I'll give him 2 splashes, okay? They had the early game.
Yeah.
Growth. He's got both his summoners available for this next fight. DNS are ready to go for it.
Well, Kyoshi going in. They're looking for the angle towards Pays, who throws down the culling. And in goes Closer. I'm not sure about that one. Bounces out immediately. As there's the gnaw from Doran. Finds the angle as Closer will be taken down. Pioshik out of the fight as well as Ona picks up the double. And he's continuing to dash forward. A decent polymorph there from Life, but Ona will not have it still. He does go down, but he takes the Inara with him. And Dudu's fed, but I don't think he's fed enough. It's Pays that takes him down, and it only costs them 1 jungler.
Doran just kind of flipping the equation on Bednar.
And be able to get this inner here. Pays is walking the tightrope on it.
Yeah, in goes Dudu though, looking for a bit of an angle, but he just gets blown up before he can do anything at all. The knock back onto the Pantheon as well, and now Doctor unable to do anything. T1, I think, have just won the game. The wallop comes through, down goes closer, and blink and you'll miss it as the game is just kind of over. He wants to start killing you. He will certainly do so as Lucid tanks up that ulti from Pays. Carrier round the back of the pit here isn't exactly all that valuable, but Showmaker is going to be able to find Doran. He goes to the skies, might just be able to take out this LeBlanc, but he's not going to be able to do so. Still, she does die. Emperor's Divide is not going to connect onto too much more than just Lucid, as now Pays could be in trouble. Shiu looking to try and find it, but he blast goes to get himself out, and now Faker against the world. He goes golden and gives Ona the space to go ballistic. Flashes to the side, denies Shiu, and there is the GOAT. Ladies and gentlemen, locking down the A.
In fact, they will not, I don't think.
Well, they're going to look for it. There's the shockwave. The arrow, though, to interrupt. And Faker will just sweep them away. Flashes out of the way of Willa there as well. And Ona, from the sky, will execute his opposite number. Oh, games. Drake up again in 35 seconds. Great Wall is going to connect as Teddy gets stunned up, hit by a train, and taken down to the... Oh, never mind. The GA doesn't actually pop just yet. He stands his ground. The bullet time is going to get interrupted, but he takes out Ona in the meantime as another GA comes on through. Romer is just dead as Teddy's taken down. And T1, I think they may have done it. It's a double kill for Doran somehow. The ace comes in, and T1... they'll win a clean 2-0, ladies and gentlemen. And so the Rebel Baron power play, not the most gigantic thing right now, but BNK is still looking for it. The flash in from Raptor. Emperor's Divide is going to stop it as the Wild Growth. Raptor gets out with barely a sliver of health as Daystar. He's able to lock down Ona. There's the dash on forward as Faker is dead once again, but Doran has so much damage on this Rumble as both of the Fed members of BNK are now dead immediately after the Baron goes down. As now Raptor looking for Carrier here, but he's baiting one more time. Pays just nets himself forward, looking to take down Diablo. The final spark, not enough to kill him, but the ace in the hole will take him out. And there goes the Baron. But there's it over immediately, trying to join the rest of his team. As T1 set up in the mid lane, Light Binding goes wide as BNK moving over towards the freshly spawned Baron. Daystar flashes in, they get on top of Pays! Can they blow him up? They take him down to the GA! But there goes the Akali first off! And there's the Cassante going down as well. Pays might actually die as Raptor, he's able to pick up that kill, but Faker is still standing, and we mentioned how much damage he can do. Kellen and Raptor by themselves cannot do enough, and T1 are now closing in on the base!
That does have TP as well.
Yeah, they get the slow, and that's the flash slam. The follow-up not really there. Meanwhile, Lehen's in a bit of trouble as Zerkin's going to land on him, and Faker takes him out. Once again, we're being treated to Faker's Akali as he's kind of just walking behind enemy lines. He gets his Shroud back, and he waits for the slam, goes back in, Taeyeon super low. Faker wants that kill, and he does get it. And he will have to pay for it, but that just means the rest of T1 is here to clean up the kills. Nongshim once again over-indexing into the one kill. And it's not going to work out for them as Scout, no dash, and is in a lot of trouble as the stun does land. The root is there as well, and Doran picks up the kill with the ice. Quite the same as Vi. So now, going to throw out a bunch of stuff into Pays, and Pays just gets Wild Growth and peeled for by the Lulu. A Sponge is taking a huge amount of damage as now Faker makes his way in with the gold card, and now Doran in the back line. Nobody able to stop him as they use everything for everybody else. Equalizer comes down. A lot of damage here from the Aurora, but Faker stands his ground, throws a card in, and it's disaster for Nongshim as T1 are just decimating them here in the top river. It's an ace for T1 into the last fight. So it's going to be a natural engage from them. The paranoia does come down though, and Sponge cannot get into the pit. That's Baron, and now the engage comes in. The turn is there as Owner accesses that backline. They try to get on top of Pays, but they can't even take him out as it's a clean ace here for the side of T1, and that'll be the 2-0 for them tonight.
The T1 win streak continues, moving it up to 5 here at the end of round 1.
It does come in for Zeus now, but a full level is a huge deal, especially when it's level 16. So Doran going to come in looking for Delight, but does immediately get knocked up. There's the paranoia going down. Delight is very dead almost immediately as Ona gets on in there. The Cataclysm is going to lock him down, but they kill Guma before he can really do anything. Now Doran flashing out of the way. Zeka should be able to put him down, and then dash cannons towards Carrier to try and lock that one up. Now Zeus versus Faker. Is Zeus finding some revenge?
Zeka?
And he will find the angle there. Zeka will be able to go golden, but Faker walking so incredibly quickly. It's a double for Pays as he looks to clean up, and the footwork isn't there for the Yorick. It's a triple for Pays in the end.
Test this. Kanavi has flash, but a steal I think is the best option. They're trying to look for Faker.
Yep, the wall is actually going to cut him off, but he still had flash available as Pays runs out of white gun, but now has a very scary ultimate, although that's on cooldown. There's the knockup, but Kanavi just explodes. Pays finds it. And Zeus now just trying to be the hero for his team. We know that Gwen is so incredibly important as Owner goes in, but might need to immediately go out. There are flashes just being blown left, right, and center, and it's Owner that has his up and available. Pays able to get himself out of the way, and Zeus explodes! And now Zeka and Gumayushi just trying to deal with this. Sion, who gets a huge knock-up, interrupts the dash out of Guma, and he's just executed. The egg is going to get fried, and that is a clean ace for T1. Oh, I feel it. That game 3 right around the corner.
Right around.
Well, let's see. Fire kick is going to disengage as Zeus looks to make his way in. The kick is going to get him out, but Kanavi finds the crescent guard as Pays just going to cleanse out the exhaust, and Kanavi just goes down. They tried to take this Aphelios, but he's still on full health. Doran now standing in the front line. The Moonlight Vigil is going to miss, but Faker finds the back line. It's a wild card that kills Gumayushi, and Owner is going to catch up to Zeka. Procs that Zhonya's, and he's just going to see his death as the Anivia will go down. He'll take a Guardian Angel there from the Lee Sin, but Faker is able to take out the bird, and Zeus, the last man standing, and is not going to be enough.
Yeah, and he might just be able to dash his way in, and one more dash, there it is. Picks it up, uses it immediately, trying to get into the action. Herald, it's going to miss the ult, but now losing in an awkward spot, and both the junglers are going to hit the ground. Storin is going to hop into this one, but now Smash going to get knocked up by the Rift Herald, who is just spinning around and getting so much value on those knockups. It's insane. And the Ambessa is running wild in the back line. As Showmaker now all alone, trying to just poke out Pays and Carrier. And even Doran now getting pretty low. Shiu at least able to get that kill, but a stun lands on a Showmaker. And the engage code comes out from Nico from Carrier. And it's going to turn it in favor of T1. A lot of posturing here for this Chemtech Soul as we're flashing right onto Smash. The follow-up is there from the side of Carrier, but where's the damage? As finally a bit comes out from the side of Faker, and Lucid takes an E to the back. As Doran gets in front of that, and also there's the Anivia wall, so she was like, man, why am I playing Sion? The public execution does come in, as Shiu is taking a beating, but that is just a Sion. Showmaker trying to make a big difference here, but he's kind of all alone in terms of damage, and he just explodes in under a second. And the damage out of Pays right now is insane. Gonna pick up another one. A zombie Sion can do all he wants.
To respawn, but that Elder Dragon is being cut down quickly.
Yeah, I mean, they have to get in here. Lucid, he looks like he is going to be the one that goes in, but the turn comes out from Carrier. They ult on a Smash, and again, he just dies, trades his life for the Nico, and the damage is just way too much out of Pays. Goes forward after Lucid goes in, and is just able to clean everybody up. Gonna get the GA out of Lucid, and both the carries are down. So at the end of the day, Shiu is just left by his lonesome. It'll take a while to go down, but T1 will clean up the fight and look to push to end.
You know, I feel like the...
Okay, here comes a really optimistic TF and ult.
Yeah, Scout is just going to get turned on here by Pays. Does actually make it out. No! Calculated there on the red buff tick. As Pays now throws the arrow out, and the Arcane Shift isn't going to be enough to get Diablo out of it. It's a triple hit for Pays as he's on the warpath looking for even more. Kingen will not find the public execution, but he might find the pentakill here for Pays, who picks it up at 22 minutes in game number 1.
All right.
Canyon maybe going to find him. Both these junglers, as you mentioned, the keys of this one, as that wall is going to deny. Faker's been so good with his walls in this game. As now the jungler's looking to collapse. Canyon's got an angle on that backline. Pays in a bit of trouble, but the kick is there. But now the Elder in position for maybe the swipe to go, and it goes to Owner again as he's able to to steal it. This guy will not be stopped. As Keen, nearly unkillable, but eventually he will fall to the Elder Burn. As now the flash wall comes in. Chovy, though, looking to turn it on the Faker, but it's only the egg that he gets. And Pay's still alive. They're looking to take him down, but they will not be successful. Ruler, still alive, still has a full health bar, and still looking for more. Pace has done 14k damage in the one fight. As T1 are looking to push mid. Herald does damage.
Look at Doran, he's trying to find poke from the top side. If he hits Canyon with a shock blast, he might just die.
He might just die right here. Like, Canyon needs to be so careful as Shock Blast is gonna hit him, and Canyon, yeah, he just dies. GenG desperate to try to set something up on this objective, and they will be punished heavily for it. T1 immediately call the bluff. As Keria is in that backline trying to take out Ruler. At least Chovy's able to peel for that, but
He won't let them get away.
not for long. As Doran knocks it down. And T1, they're looking for Chovy here as well. Chovy doesn't have flash. Used it to get that kill earlier. As in goes Owner. He's got a shield.
And he gets out.
In and he gets out.
Oh, they're going in again.
Yeah, looking for a play here on a Canyon. Duro desperately trying to just peel, and he doesn't exist, as I've said many times in this game. And now still trying to fight her, GenG, trying to fight behind this Cassante, but in goes Keria again, sets it up, and they just keep baiting GenG into this fight. We got a TP in from Chovy. He's going to be going down here as well. It is a landslide victory so far for T1.
They are absolutely crushing them, 17-3, and our attention's around mid, and that's given a window in. GenG.
And they're just going to try to flash in and burst down one target. They do take out Paze, actually. Ruler getting pretty low, but he will survive for now. Keria, though, going to make quick work of him. And eventually it's only Chovy as the carry who's left over. And GenG, I think they sent it about as well as they possibly could have. But at the end of the day, T1 will continue with the dominance.
How Ona was walking there, was like, maybe I find someone, but it's the,
they're going to go in for a pick here. I mean, Canyon just isolated, and he will be taken down. Duro, though, wants to continue the fight. Not much follow-up there for the side of GenG, but Keen, pretty gigantic. And now Faker looking to flash over the wall. Might just have the damage. Ruler is isolated, and they do take him down this time around. Keen still uncontrolled, but it's only Keen as he will flash on in to try to save Chovy, and he will be able to. And all of a sudden, okay, Keen is going to go down. It was looking like maybe we had something brewing here for GenG, but it's still T1 to win the fight, take the ace. Pitch. You know, even if you do use it, maybe the cannon minion doesn't die, and then you don't have your equalizer for the fight. There's really no good answer for Keen Deerhex at this point. Other than trying to force a fight and layering some CC and damage, that's not exactly what I meant, Kiyum, but nice try. As eventually T1 going to press their buttons and just roll their face over the keyboard. We got a triple kill here for Paze, who is the pentakill king. As they're trying to hold this kill, Yukal's like, here, take me. Quadra comes in for Paze.
Pretty tough to kill Rich here with the completed back. See if they can do it.
Well, he's going to get walled down, and now just a bit more damage as the stun. Oh no, the shield nearly denies it, but it is still another pentakill for Paze as he picks up 2 in the base.
Another penta for Penta Paze in T1.
If Faker had gotten the kill, it could be the reversal, where Faker TP's in. And now Perfect has a massive shield as well. This is going to be difficult to approach.
I don't know exactly how they're going to do this. I mean, they're going to find effort on the right side, but that just means the turn comes through. There's the reflect as Keria going to get owned there. They do take down the support as that will be a kill for the Olaf. In goes Doran. Look at his sustain. They can't take him out. Flashes on in. Eventually he goes down, but man, got a lot of value out of that Olaf in the team fight. I mean, he's not a champion right now, and that's going to prompt the TP in effort. Super low himself. But now Doran in the front line, that's going to be the charm on a 2 as he is going on in. They take out BDD, and the Olaf again! Massive value in the back line! And look at this triple kill for Doran! And it just allows the rest of T1 to clean up. Backing away, has that secondary TP available. There it is. Picks up Death's Dance. And KT, I mean,
he's going to be a menace.
They've got a lot of damage already onto this Baron. I don't think T1 can really get in here. The knock up, the kick away from that one as we got a fight already brewing. And yes, they're going to get the Baron, but what about the fight? As everybody on the side of KT is just trying to run away. Cuz goes down. Owner is going to try to tank it up, gets the knock up into 2. And it is just a massacre for the rest of KT. Only BDD gets away, and the Elder is about to spawn. The Baron reset, by the way, so they're going to have to chip away at that health bar again. And they say, okay, let's... Oh, no! Play Carrier! Unbelievable angle! He catches 4 in the team fight, and the game just ends! It's just over! Aiming is dead. They all group up for the Seraphine, and Aiming is not able to reflect that one. That is going to do it. TP to bot lane. They're diving perfect as well, as GA is available, and they do not care. There's the ace. Got a cane. I mean, it is like an anchor, right?
I guess that's
like,
why.
Kind of makes sense.
I think that's why it's like that. Is Carrier?
Yeah, well, Carrier not in a great spot here, as the damage from the Gwen should eventually get the kill. And now Pays, maybe he gets taken out as Raptor on the chase, and the ult comes out, and look at the damage. It's just disgusting from miles away. And now we got Torrent coming in from the south once again. Double kill comes through for Pays. Does he pick up another Penta? There's no way. Do not give it to him, says BNK Fearex. Run away as fast as we can. But that is going to be the knock-up, and it's a Quadra. And we've all seen this story before. Can they get another one? Pays is like, I just want to push mid, guys. Like, I think
Keyboards is there.
All right, well, the Rock is really going to... Yeah, he's actually unkillable.
He has a big shield too now.
Yeah, with the TP, he's feeling pretty good. I mean, Tame's just not quite there yet.
Jack shows and Chemtech Soul.
All right, Clear's trying to kill the Mel, and he's alone. He will die. Raptor is going to get the angle, though, as he goes very deep. All they're trying to do is kill Pays. That's literally all they care about. They just want to kill Pays. They're not going to be successful about it. BNK Fearex are like, I don't care if we lose the fight. Go for the Mel, and it makes sense, because she's super fed. It's not going to work out, and from 12,000 gold ahead, I think T1 has got this one in the bag, Wolf.
Yes.